7 Video Game Podcast.
What's going on, guys? Whether it's a beer, a shot, or even a glass of wine, or some red stuff. Yeah. Grab your favorite beverage and welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast, because once again we are together and we are your hosts, Al G857.
The 23rd Stallion.
Forming like Voltron, all of us together. Sticks in the building.
Turbo 857.
All coming together like the Power Rangers. Your boy, Big Shock. What up?
That's right.
And today we have our guests from Vernal Edge, the Kickstarter, the developers from that, Alex and Matt. What's going on, guys?
I'm Alex McCaskey, working with Matt on Vernal Edge. I'm the sound designer and musician, and also a co-programmer and co-designer.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
I'm Matt. I'm also a co-programmer and co-designer. I'm also the lead/only artist on the project.
All right.
Awesome.
Nice.
You guys have a lot of hats.
Yeah, man.
Staying busy during this quarantine time.
Yeah.
It's the same for us as it was before. Inside all the time anyway.
I hear you.
Well, now I have all these people that are also working and sharing it more often to stare at. Man,
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I could use a few less hours of sleep, I'm sure.
All right. So you guys tell us a little about this Kickstarter and Vernal Edge.
Yeah.
Well, so Vernal Edge is metroidvania, and it's a metroidvania with some real in-depth combat, inspired by games like Devil May Cry and Kingdom Hearts 2, where you juggle enemies around and throw them into each other and make your own combos. Have a little bit of resource management in there too. And we have this unique poise system where enemies have defenses that prevent you from juggling them. You gotta use some of your moves to break that down and start beating them up.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
My hat's off to you guys, by the way, for the music and the artwork. Good job. Awesome stuff. That usually makes or breaks a game for me.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
No.
And the demo was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Speaking
of
of a demo, there's usually not a demo with a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Not until you've actually paid for
Actually,
that
let me go ahead and
Kickstarter.
post that link in the chat.
Okay.
But so how did you guys come up with bringing a demo out, and how did it benefit?
That was, as soon as we decided we wanted to do a Kickstarter, even without the Kickstarter, we always knew we wanted to put it in front of people because it was just a way, it's proven to people, like, look, here it
There's
is.
something.
You can play it.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good.
Right.
And it's because the gameplay, it's so much of a focus and so in depth. We really wanted people to be able to experience it because it's one of those things that we can, the art and the music, we can communicate through a video, right? But we can't just tell people, look, it plays really good. You can see, like, the animations are good and it looks fun, but getting people's hands actually on it was, like, a huge priority from day one, pretty much.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're dealing with something with like combo heavy like it
Yeah.
is. You have to get hands on it to feel how the game actually is. Because if you just say, cast a Metroidvania,
Right.
you'll think, okay, Symphony of the Night and like other games that, you play those, they don't really have a combo system. It's just like hit the action button, hit the jump button. Pretty much that's it. You got some spells to use. But to have a multi-hit combo type juggling system in a game like this is a dream come true for someone who is a big fan of like Metroidvania.
Absolutely.
Well, you think of a game.
We wanted to combine, like, a more open structure with a more action-focused game, just because we didn't really see that very much.
Right.
And it was always a little bit, we always saw more potential for a more open, more interesting structure in action games, and we always kind of saw more potential for more interesting and engaging combat mechanics in games with more open structures. So from pretty much, again, from day one, it was like, well, we love both these things, and they're pretty rarely combined, and we really think that they could complement each other really nicely, where you're finding abilities and things for your combat by exploring the open Metroidvania-esque environments.
Nice.
Yeah.
The boss is here to make sure everything goes correct.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Overseeing the operations. Okay, I see that.
I want to give you guys credit also for making sure you hit the 60 frames.
Oh my!
That was really great. Really, really
That
great.
was like day one.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even. I don't think we even communicated with each other on that. We just knew, obviously, that was that we weren't gonna. I mean, we don't have any excuse, right? With the power of computers these days, they could definitely run
Well, I mean,
our game
I think
at 60. But we do want to have support for like higher frame rate too for people with like
right.
144 at some point. But
Right.
we didn't really get to put that in.
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, the way I see it, it's like you look at other Kickstarters like Mighty Number 9. I wish, like if they had done a demo instead of their presentation the way they had it set up. I mean, I think that the game could have been completely different in its final edition.
It depends on how the creators take criticism and if they're willing to adjust their game towards that criticism. Because there was a lot of criticism after people saw what something like Mighty Number 9 actually looked like compared to the screenshots they were showing. And they didn't take it into consideration to make it look anything like what they said it was going to look like.
Because
that's a big no-no.
But at the same time, they actually exceeded their.
They made the money.
Well, they
Because it's based off.
They were always
They
gonna
went
make
well.
the money. They were
They
always
already made their money
Yeah.
and then some. They made
Yeah.
way more than what their goal
Yeah.
was. So
Because they based it off
what
Mega
incentive
Man.
did they have to, if they were struggling to make their goal, then of course they're going to take that into consideration.
Well, it sucks
People,
because that experience made a lot of people really weary on using Kickstarter.
Right.
Also,
right. It did tarnish the
that was the first,
other Kickstarters.
the
Yeah.
first to be like, okay.
That was
Right.
the test dummy.
Right. Right.
Unfortunately.
I mean, there are others that didn't come out and stuff like that that
Right.
really did tarnish Kickstarter too. But
Yeah.
the fact that you guys have a demo before it's even Kickstarted
This says a lot.
proves that you guys have the game ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like the biggest mechanic of the game is actually moving around.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
Yeah.
already
You
implemented.
can play it. It's here.
Yeah.
We just need to make the stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We just need to make all the bosses and stuff.
Right. Right.
I mean, that's
Levels.
that's a lot. That's a lot of development. But
yeah.
we did
Yeah. Yeah.
front load it with all the the mechanics, and we were going to do that anyway with something as where moving around and doing the combat is as important as it is. I mean, it may have looked a little less polished if it was only internal, but we were always going to get to a point where we had that first foundational layer. So it was like, why not just polish that and actually give people something that they can touch,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
because
Right.
it helps us get our point across, and it helps people, trust us a little bit more.
It's actually a big demo too.
Yes.
It wasn't.
It's a
it was
lengthy demo.
Yeah.
It was a pretty big chunk.
It's a lengthy demo. I was like, wow, this is a lengthy demo.
It's too big.
Yeah.
We
Very
made
good.
it too big.
Too big.
That was like
I was
we sat
surprised.
down. We didn't. We cut like a couple things, but
But it does give you a good
sat
feel,
down. It was
though.
like one day we sat down.
No,
and
it,
did
it,
Oh,
it
yeah.
does illustrate
No,
the
it
way the
I
game
don't
plays.
regret it.
Yeah, I wouldn't regret it, to be honest. Like, because it gives you a feel for the atmosphere, the lore of the game,
Yeah.
the action, the enemies,
Yeah.
the puzzle solving and the bosses. Like, it gives you a feel of everything in the
Yeah.
demo.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fine demo. To me, it's a real.
No, we were always gonna. The way we are, we were always gonna like make something. We were gonna push ourselves a little bit. We were always gonna have like just a little bit, almost more than we could chew.
Listen, just put like
We're a little ambitious.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Nothing
that's
wrong
a
with
good
that.
thing.
That's
That's a good
always
thing.
good.
put an ice level and a lava level and about 4 more bosses, and that's the game right there. It
Ice
does.
level and the
You're
lava.
done.
They all need an ice level
Yeah.
and a lava level, right? Apparently.
Yeah.
And I hate them. I hate
Yeah, I
ice
hate
levels
those
and I
levels.
hate lava levels.
Hate them too, man.
We wouldn't. I mean, if we made it, it would be odd fit to have like a Mario slippery ice in this game.
No.
Hey, if,
He was
if-
joking.
If,
He was
you don't,
joking.
if you don't do that, that's awesome. I hate
Yeah, yeah.
stages like that in
Yeah.
every game.
We have other. If we do like some sort of ground that changes your movement, it won't be that.
Listen,
Okay.
I only mentioned it as like you guys are almost done. You don't need to add much to the game,
Right.
And it's almost.
It's very polished. Very polished demo.
But I did see in the trailer or some screenshots on the page an airship, and countless other things in
You
there.
can go
So
in it.
how grand is this game in your head right now? If you could tell us, if you have an idea of how big this is actually going to be in comparison to like something
There's
like
how
a Symphony of the
big you
Night or
want
something. What was that?
There's how big you want to make it, certainly. But
The game.
the reality is, yeah.
You know,
So
I get to talk now, Alex. My turn. Because this is something I sort of came up with. So, 2016 was that when Treasure Island happened?
it must have been. I think
Let's say 2016. Who cares? No one's fact checking this.
Yeah, I don't know who's counting.
2016. Alex and I and another friend who we worked with in the past were working on a cave story mod competition.
Oh.
And that community has a whole modding scene, all their software and all that. And there was a tropical theme, and the person hosting the contest sent me a private message, and they just told me to win. So at the time, I was thinking about, like, I love Metroidvania, so I wanted to, like, try a new type of map design for going around and exploring. So we came up with this top-down perspective thing where you get a boat and you sail around and you go to different islands. And you would find clues, and those clues would tell you, oh, go to this spot and this island and dig 3 times, and you'll find one of the treasures that you're supposed to be finding. And so when it came time to think about Vernal Edge, I initially thought, like, oh, we could do a Metroidvania. You get, like, a sword throw and a double jump. But when I was thinking about it again, I wanted to revisit that design. So we put a lot of work into designing a set of core mechanics that makes it so you can do things in different orders and it'll still be pretty enjoyable. Well, in your usual sort of Metroidvania, at least if you were to look at like the Metroid Prime series, a lot of progression is typically intendedly linear, even though it's a big open map. Like, well, first you gotta get the double jump boots, and then once you get those, you gotta go over here, get the ice beam. I don't remember the progression at all. There's no double jump.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, where is it?
But there's a sort of like do this in this order and this order, and breaking up sequence is something you only really do once you know the game better. You're not encouraged to take your own path when you start the game. And that's something we really thought was important, was taking your own path through the game. That's why there's so many ways to sequence break, just in case you miss some.
I saw a lot of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's worth noting, I guess, for people that don't know, the sort of structure of the game is the demo takes place on one of many sort of floating islands that you can go to in a very player-driven order. So each island is sort of a little gameplay vignette with like its own sort of theme and maybe a little side story. Most of them will be a little smaller than the demo, but there are going to be more major ones, similar to scale as the one in the demo. And yeah, I mean, pretty much exactly what Matt was saying is there's not a ton of truly non-linear games in terms of the order in which you need to get to your objectives.
Right.
Because usually even in Metroidvanias, and this isn't a knock, it's just how it is, right? The order in which you need to visit certain places, even if there are optional things in between, and even if your exact routes can vary, is usually pretty set. The exception, one major exception that we've sort of studied a little bit and are pretty inspired by is Hollow Knight. Where there's actually there's a lot of different progression paths you can go through in Hollow Knight, and it gives you that feeling of true non-linearity and just that freedom to explore. And the world, as you go through it, the world just seems bigger and bigger, and as you you come to what you think is going to be a dead end, but 2 more branches sort of reveal themselves, and your mental picture of the world evolves. And we really like that type of exploration. And we wanted to, and Treasure Island's also, it was a cave story mod. You know, it was relatively small in scope.
I love Cave Story.
But it proved
Cave Story.
it proved that the island side was just really fun. It was just really fun to be like, oh, where do I go next? This island looks cool. This one looks cool too. You know, it was a very adventurous feeling that I think we both were really drawn to.
Yeah, I saw a lot of similarities to obviously Cave Story and Hollow Knight, and there's another game I really enjoyed, which was Owlboy. I don't know if when I saw the airship, I was like, oh, this is like Owlboy. It's actually pretty cool, and you can go in it in the demo. I went in by accident. I didn't even know you could go in, and you can go in the airship, and you know, they have the practice dummies or whatever.
Yeah, the airship in the demo is sort of just a training room.
That's cool.
I mean, there's going to be a real interior in the game.
Right.
But we just
But I
were
didn't
like,
want to
"Shit."
draw it.
It was so late. It was really late.
I thought it was
like
cool though.
The week before the demo came out, we were like, we need a training room, don't we?
That was cool though. That was good.
Yeah, we do. I will put it in there. What do we use for the tiles? Whatever. People will know it's like just a non-canon training.
Who doesn't
room.
like that? I mean,
No, it was cool. I thought it was cool, man. I
I visited that a couple of
We added
times.
it.
You did?
We added it for a
What, the
few,
airship?
it
My
would've been-
My
I got
first
lost.
playthrough of the
It
demo, I didn't find it, but my second playthrough of the demo, I actually found it by accident. I was like, oh,
I visited that training room about 4 times.
really?
I visited. That's all I visit.
I honestly
I
didn't
didn't
even find it.
See?
I didn't
I
even
didn't
know
find
it
it right there.
was.
The first time
I
I
was
didn't
just
find it.
naturally good at the game. I didn't even need
Get outta
a
here.
training.
Just like
Get
the
outta
lighter
here,
pin.
man.
You know,
Just like the lighter pin.
Yeah.
I was backseat gaming you.
Sometimes.
Wow.
I got lost. I found 2 crystals and I was like, where is this red crystal?
Yeah.
Where is this red crystal? And I just was like, oh, I just had to go right. I'm so dumb.
No, it was good level design, man. It was great for a demo because I'm like,
No,
most
that-
demos they give you like 5-10 minutes.
And the good part about
that's
it,
it.
you were able to figure out where to go despite not having a map.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing.
It varied. I mean, for a demo, it varied a lot.
yeah.
Like the lighting and like the puzzles you had to do, the music. you
yeah,
can change.
each
The music
part-
was nice. Who did the music? Music was nice.
It was Alex.
I'm the musician.
Am I pointing the right direction?
No, the other
No.
direction. The other
Alex,
direction.
Alex did the music.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't see the
The
thing.
puppy is over there.
The puppy's there. He's over there.
No, the music. I actually liked it. What was it? What could I say about the music? It was like the first one was the drum and bass type sound, and I actually got. It kind of reminded me of. Let me see the name of this guy because it was a song I used to like back in the day. And it was a song by Robert Miles called "Children," and if you guys ever heard that song, it reminded me of that same type of chill piano vibe that song.
It was smooth.
has.
It was very smooth.
But it had that drum and bass energy in it too, which was like, all right, I really want to smash these enemies to it. So
yeah.
and it was odd because in a
It was a big challenge trying to get a balance of like what sort of energy I wanted just exploring to have, because there's definitely, you don't want it to be too in your face if you're just like going around.
oh yeah,
Right. It can get annoying. Like so many like dungeon themes in games, like by your like 40 minutes in the dungeon, you're just like, I get it. It's like a 2-minute loop
Yeah.
of
if you have a
something, like,
melody, it's pretty
really
good.
repetitive. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something, it's like, well, I want it to be kind of ambient so you don't get sick of it. But I needed that a little bit of upbeat energy
Well, that's
to
Give me some rhythm to go with.
oh yeah. No, that's what that
so
Devil May Cry
I
instinct
went
came from.
forth on that a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely got vibes from, because I recently just got off a couple of Metroidvanias. I got finished up 3000th Duel and Blasphemous, and the music was very important in both of those games, especially Blasphemous. Blasphemous
Always.
had just a nice. It's such a tight type of music to describe, but it sets the mood for the entire game. Like mood to me is so important.
Yes.
More important than anything in the entire game, in my opinion, because it just sets the mood for each moment. And Blasphemous had that really, really well.
It was the only thing that made you not feel like you were in hell in that game.
No.
Well, it's a comic. Like, listen, I haven't played. I just bought Blasphemous. It's on sale right now. But I can't wait to play it. But I had when I heard you play it.
Yeah.
I wanted to know where that was, and I like downloaded the soundtrack.
Yeah, I listen to the soundtrack
and I've been
all
listening,
the time. Yeah,
I've been listening to the soundtrack
Music is powerful.
all the time.
Yeah, it's
and I'm
so
like,
important.
I can't wait to play it because I want to hear it
It's
in the game.
so important, so important. And
You know.
for a Metroidvania game,
Yeah.
it's also very important because you'll be playing it for a hot minute. So like you want to listen to some good tracks. And as soon as I remember when I downloaded you guys' demo,
Right.
I'm like. The first track before I even hit start, I'm like, that's a good track. That's a good track. I'm like, I like that.
I was like, okay, you
I
got
like
me in.
it. All right. Then I hit start and I'm playing. I'm like, I like that too. Okay, let's keep playing. And then when the music changed up, I'm like, okay, I like where this is headed. It's so important. Music is so important.
Music and the artwork.
Yeah, music,
I like the
artwork,
style of the artwork, and I like the music, and I was like, all right, I'm hooked. That's
Yep.
it. That's all it is. It doesn't need much.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
everything comes together to influence the character of a game, the feeling of it, and it's hard to get everything to fit together because you could say the music and the art and everything are distinct elements, but they combine to form one sort of character, one texture of the game, how it feels to play.
That's when you got a classic.
And getting that right was really important to us. So we spent a long time talking about just sort of some of the visual theming. I spent a lot of time prototyping a bunch of different music tracks just to get the game to a place where we felt like the feeling of playing it was a mood that we were shooting for.
I got a folder with a couple dozen different song drafts. He's not kidding.
No, it was actually probably like a dozen.
Nice.
Before I even made a track that appeared in the game.
That's how it works.
So we get the unreleased soundtrack sent over here real quick, right?
I don't know. Maybe some of those
Hey, we
tracks
could
will be
maybe work on some soundtracks for you.
Drop them Vernal Edge
The
bars.
demo soundtrack is on my Bandcamp.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I think is
Consider it downloaded.
www.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
Consider it down.
Not bad.
But when you have the art the way it is and the music the way it is, and it does look that, like, if it goes together as perfect as it does, that's when you know you got something.
Yeah, absolutely. I that's, again, I mean, someone else said it, but it is like one of, if not the most important things, is just how all the aesthetic elements come together to inform how it feels to play the game. Because, obviously, I mean, the gameplay is part of that too.
Right.
Everything informs everything else, and it all needs to coalesce into an interesting, feeling or experience.
That dash is important.
Oh, dude, that dash is awesome. That's awesome.
Well, that reminded me of 3000 Duel. Without that dash, you're screwed,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need that dash in there.
And you said something about a double jump too. That's.
Oh, yeah, the wall jump.
Well, but I'm saying like a. Double,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a double jump. in the game, right? There's a double jump,
there's
right?
a double jump, right?
No. Yes and no.
No,
Yeah. I was like, wait.
I'm done.
Yeah. We were like, it needs a double jump. It needs a double jump.
If it's up to Matt, there's no double jump.
The way there are ways that we have to get extra height,
Okay.
but there's no you just jump twice.
Ah.
Because at some point we were like,
Listen, if you charge.
You know what it is? It's like I think we're.
Metroidvania has a double jump.
Yeah. No. Like,
You want something more innovative.
You know what?
You
That's-
want something more innovative than a double jump.
That's true because I
I
thought about
respect that. I
You know
respect
what?
that.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
Metroidvania has
That's
a double
true.
jump.
That's
You
true.
sometimes you need something
We're programmed.
else.
We're programmed to think like if it's a
We're
Metroidvania,
robots. We don't know. We're
it has to
robots.
have-
I made it super far by dashing off the bridge and slicing, and then
I did the same thing too.
And then
I
I
did the same
fell in a hole on the edge of the screen.
You know what's
'cause
funny?
I wasn't
I-
supposed to be there.
It's funny because I told you earlier when I replayed the demo that I did some like Smash Brothers type of I was gonna dive to my death, but I did like 3 moves somehow.
You can get
and
up.
ended up
Yep.
like getting
No,
back on
you
the platform, and I'm like, I don't know how I did it, but I ended up all right, fine, all right, good. I gotta learn it. I'm gonna have to learn it. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
If you charge your sword at the
like,
tip of your jump,
Yeah.
you can go higher, and you can jump onto some
figure
ledges.
it
Oh
out.
yes. If you
Figure
charge
it
your
out,
sword
man.
and then you jump. Okay.
And I
Yeah.
saw online that there is a secret boss that I didn't get in
Really?
there.
Yes.
I heard
Oh,
that there
shit.
was. I didn't see it.
Hard one.
And then I saw the clip of the guy do it. And I was like, what? There's nothing there. I didn't
Oh,
see
no.
where he went. He went on
Oh.
a cliff. I'm guessing it's there.
Boss.
But I didn't go there. I did not see that. That gives me another reason to get on this demo.
That's a good demo, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
How you got secrets in the demo?
That's really far along.
That's I've never seen.
Yeah.
There's more chests than there are item slots, so
It's true. There's more items in the demo than there are item slots in your inventory.
Damn.
I
So
played some
it's
games.
see a spot and you're like, we should put something there.
We should put a chest there.
That's
We had
funny.
to cut some because we were like,
Too many.
we need the items to be like more valuable.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we're like, oh, we should put one there and there and there, but
You need more red stuff
At some
everywhere.
Red
red-
stuff.
the
We're
red
all
stuff.
about that red stuff.
Who was responsible for
there's
that?
no-
The naming. I'm just saying the naming of the red stuff. That was funny. That was good.
I just that was one of those things where I just put that as the name.
That's awesome though. It's awesome.
It's like fucking.
Because you never see it in the games.
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
see that. It's
It always
like a-
has this weird name
Yeah, like
for
the
healing.
potion
it's the
or-
red stuff, all right? And that's it.
red stuff. I was
Does
like,
anyone really care? No, I just need to heal myself. Red stuff. I need to heal
that was
myself,
awesome.
please.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Save me.
The red stuff.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
When I was clicking around, I'm like, what is the red stuff? Is
Yeah.
that- I'm pretty sure it's healing.
Yeah, I
yep,
didn't know
it's
what-
healing.
yeah,
Fuck it.
yeah.
I need more red stuff. That's it. I need more red stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea
I'm
what
dying.
it was either.
I need red stuff.
No idea what it was either.
You
Like,
were-
red stuff?
You were
Oh,
struggling on that boss a little bit.
I know I was struggling. I was
Same here.
struggling.
Same here, man.
Because you gave me a bullshit controller. That's what it was.
I like how he blames the control on everything.
It was the controller, man.
By the way, I use the same controller
Clear
you use.
plastic Mad Cats.
Huh?
Was it like that clear plastic, like Mad Cats, like the
No,
thumbsticks
no,
that
no,
you
no.
saw?
What was
No,
No,
it's
it
the
was a
blue-
PC controller.
Yeah,
It's a
fair.
Logitech.
It's like that blue
Logitech.
PlayStation looking PC
So
controller.
it's a Logitech controller, but what I found out
Like
that he
Logitech.
didn't was that you could. There's a mode button where you can switch because you played it in analog.
Play with the
I
analog.
actually prefer analog. I like analog
No,
more
I like
than
I
the
like
D-pad.
I like the
you can play it
directional
with the
pad.
analog. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like the analog.
I like the directional pad better.
You do it either way.
I like the directional because it's
do
old
either
school,
way.
man. It's
The-
like
The,
old
the
school.
Metroidvania I'm playing now is Ori. Have you guys played that?
Yeah. Yeah, we actually streamed the second one, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of that one right now. And that's when you were talking about paths and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, that one's more Metroid like because when you get to a part where you're not supposed to be, it's like, okay, big dead end. I'm not coming
Yeah.
back here for another 2 hours. So, but I mean, it's fine. I like that still because I have a reason to go back to an area. But there are
Yeah.
instant dead ends when you can't get to areas. So it's not really super open world, but it's huge. And that game, talk about music and art together. That's definitely way to go. That's an awesome game.
Yeah, Ori, I mean, my God, my room's getting very dark. I want to turn the light on here in a second.
You're fine. You can see. You just good. It's fine.
The Ori is definitely a good example of a game that aesthetically really comes together.
Mm.
It's just
Ori
it
is hard.
flows really well.
I don't know how it's put together. I'm like, how did you do that so nicely?
Makes us very jealous.
It's the sequel. That's why.
I wish I had like 6 artists on the team.
It looks so good. Damn it!
It's one of the top. It is one of the top ones though. If you're looking at that type of category, it's in the top of the league. But
Clean.
it doesn't have the combos that you guys
That's
have.
true.
Yeah. That
We
doesn't.
gotta be strong in our category.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fighting is not
that's-
the strong point
I mean-
of Ori. It's the strong point in this. So that's why it's different.
No, combat is something. It's just something really, really special about Vernal Edge. Very, very special.
Yeah, it's very deep.
I love
Yeah.
the
Very
Devil
deep.
May Cry feel.
Yeah.
Well, the Devil May
Definitely
Cry is your game.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You gotta give me. It's like the cool thing about the game. I always like many ways to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I know that makes me sound like a psycho, but I mean, like, when I'm playing a game, I want many ways to kill something. You know, like
if you can't put them in the microwave,
No.
like on my shirt right here,
no, it's
Maniac
not
Mansion.
Maniac Mansion.
you
It's
can't
not
put them in
Maniac
the
Mansion.
microwave to kill them. So it's not the same.
Quick question: was there ever any thought or any plan for co-op in that game? Or is it just a single player game?
I mean,
A little bit.
we always are like, wouldn't it? It's like a wouldn't it be cool if kind of thing where, man, it'd be really hard to implement, but
Yeah.
Okay.
You could put like a mouse
it
in
would
it.
be cool if we can manage it.
Yeah.
If we can manage
That's
it.
a whole nother
But-
thing to deal with.
Yeah, we've never worked on a
Yeah.
super big project before.
Okay.
This is
So-
definitely our biggest project.
So you guys worked on a lot of little stuff beforehand?
Yeah, it's just
Mods?
minor stuff, modding projects.
Okay.
Like,
Freelancing.
Because it's hard to pick
Yeah.
up something and say, I'm going to make a game today.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that this was the first time that we, I mean, this is definitely the farthest we've gotten any project to this scale, but there's always like, I mean, if you're creative, there's always going to be like, for every one project that actually starts to manifest, like Vernal Edge, there's always like 5 or 10 more that kind of like never really got off the ground or had to be interrupted halfway through, or not halfway through, but
Yeah.
like 10% of the way through.
No, that's
But Vernal Edge,
Yeah.
we managed to really get off the ground. It's a formula that I think is really working,
Yeah.
Not bad.
and it's built off the backs of a lot of other projects that a lot of which never came out because they barely got off the ground.
Right.
But
It's the learning process.
no, that's
Yeah.
that's a creative
That-
process.
yeah.
So it's like you throw a lot of
Fall
ideas
down.
out, and one of them is going to work. You get
Guys, how
That's awesome.
long do you envision Vernal Edge to be as far as gameplay?
12 hours.
In your head, like how many hours? 20,
8
10?
to 12.
Huh?
He said 8 to 12.
8 to 12?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. 8 to 12? That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
long. For a side scroller.
I mean,
That's a good length.
Yeah.
That's a good
Perfect.
length.
actually, yeah.
That's a good length.
Yeah,
That's a
sorry to
perfect
hear
one.
that earlier, but yeah, I had to ask it again. I was like, 8 to 12, that's perfect, actually. I'm tired of these 20 and 40-hour games. I got too many games in my
Yeah.
backlog. I need something that's digestible.
Yeah, listen, I know Hollow Knight's awesome and everything, but 30 hours, come on, man.
Nah,
too
I
much.
haven't picked it up. Play it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Hollow
Same
Knight.
here. I played for an hour, and I was just like, this game is too much. It's a lot.
It's a good 10 minutes.
It's a lot.
There's the
Good time.
light.
It's
But-
very deep. I'm like, whoa.
I was about to say we got Splinter Cell Alex right now with the light.
hold on one second.
Oh no, you good.
Turning my lid. You're gonna see the ceiling for a second.
It's got to get the goggles.
I was about to say we gotta
the
get that.
goggles.
We need that green lighting. Where's that Splinter Cell right there? Let's get that Splinter Cell.
Jonathan Sacco in the chat said Wu-Tang is for the children.
There.
Oh, yeah.
I had to correct him and
Actually,
say Wu
yeah, it's
Tang.
It's actually Wu-Tang. It's Wu-Tang. The Nature Boy.
Now, guys, it sounds like Vernal Edge, even though you said it was a Metroidvania, it sounds like it's a little more open-ended than that. Would you say that Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, is a little bit of an influence for that? For the way you approach
No.
it? Nope. Not at all?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
No,
absolutely
not
not.
even close.
Damn.
Come on,
How are you
dude.
gonna try and
Damn.
plug? How you gonna
How you gonna
Zelda?
try? You always be trying to plug Zelda,
You're
man.
always supposed
Come
to
on.
put Zelda in
Number
everything.
one Nintendo fan over here.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
said
yeah.
Metroidvania, it's kind of like linear. You
Don't-
get this
don't-
item,
don't-
go to that.
Just ignore him.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
ignore
it's...
Turbo, you tried.
I always wonder why Metroidvania is even a word, because it is a Metroid type game, and Castlevania infiltrated the Metroid style to call it, Metroidvania. But it's like a Metroid with a sword is basically what the term means.
That's why they call it that.
Yeah. Huh.
It was like a term made to describe those Castlevania games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
meant to be like a genre definition at all, but genre definition's stupid, so...
I mean, it's all like
Like the Souls games,
it's all.
the Souls
No,
genre.
I mean,
Yeah, Dark Souls.
Souls.
It's a term
Dark
now.
Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Is
term
this
now.
is this
Any-
a Souls genre?
Anything that's tough that kills you like right
Yeah,
away.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is a
It's
Dark
a Dark
Souls
Souls game because
of
I
this.
can't play it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a
They
lot
used
of
to-
games now are either going to be like Souls or like, Metroidvania.
Well, when Cuphead came out and they said this is
Souls
the Dark
game.
Souls of shooters, I'm like, what?
It's like no, it's just a fucking hard shooter.
Yeah, it's just a shooter. That's tough.
they use the frustrating aspect of it to call it a Souls game.
Wow.
That was a great game too.
Now Cuphead is like
now Cuphead is the name
it's the
for-
term now. It's like you
It's
come
a
out with
Cuphead
it.
game.
It's a Cuphead type game because it's a shooter and it's difficult.
So any game now that has all the combat in the world,
Yeah.
they're gonna be calling a Vernal game.
It's the Vernal Edge right
The
now.
Vernal Edge of Metroidvanias? What?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get that trending.
Yeah. Trend Vernal Edge.
Hashtag Vernal Edge.
Listen, combos rule the world.
Who came up with that concept? Like, whose idea was like, oh, we gotta make a game called Vernal Edge? Like, whose was it? Just the two of y'all? Just like, all right, let's bounce back titles back and forth. This is what the character's gonna look like, or was it like,
What other names did you have in mind, if any?
I don't know.
There was pages of names.
okay.
Wow. Anything that you can
It took
recall?
like 9 months to figure out what to call the game.
It was,
Edge like.
everyone was bugging that. Like, what's the name of the game?
Right.
I eventually just threw Vernal Edge at him, and we were like, you know what?
And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't like it, but I don't know.
I've been in the stew of trying to figure out names for 9 months.
gotta
at
be
that
tough.
Point. Nothing sounded
It's
good.
tough.
It's
That's
gotta
tough.
be tough.
It'll be
Come
like
up-
Visceral Edge.
Yeah, Visceral
Yeah.
Edge, it's tough, man.
Vernal sounds good though.
I like the sound of it. Yeah. Vernal Edge. Yeah, I like the sound of it.
But that
It's like fertile.
Well, what'd you say?
I'm just not. It's like it rhymes with it. It's like one of them words that
Fertile.
sound cool.
man.
We need to cut your mic off or something. Like, first the Zelda comment, now fertile. Like, come on, dude.
Vernal is. I like that. It's sharp. It's a sharp name. Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, you're just gonna be on your own island over there. For a little bit. Gotta listen to that silence for a little minute.
We're
That's
gonna
all.
There's
cut it.
certain things that sound cool together, and Vernal Edge does sound cool.
Yeah, Vernal
it's
Edge
easy.
is
It's easy to say. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Is
So,
that's the name of the main character? Is it
Vernal.
Vernal? Okay,
Yeah, Vernal.
I'm saying it wrong.
Vernal.
Oh, we were saying Vernal.
It's
It's Vernal.
Vernal.
Okay.
So it's Vernal Edge.
Vernal.
Vernal Edge.
Knowledge. The knowledge.
The knowledge.
Well,
Yeah,
I must say though, that main character is an asshole. In the demo, she's an asshole.
It's good. Though. It's good. It's different. It's different. It's different.
I hope she becomes the villain.
She's ruthless. She's ruthless as fuck.
That would be an awesome twist.
She's ruthless.
That
It's
would
like
be,
an anti-hero.
that would be
secret
an awesome
character.
twist.
Secret hero could be the golden helmet guy.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck's your problem?
Yeah. What the fuck?
That poor guy,
And
right?
he's the hero.
To write more of
That's a
her.
stretch goal.
Is there any more selectable characters, or is it just
There is one.
Vernal?
There was one on the page.
I'm asking
want-
him. I want to hear about you.
definitely want there.
We want
You
there
want
to
that to
be.
be okay.
Okay.
It's
That's
a big endeavor to make another
Yeah.
character.
I can imagine.
I have an idea. All right.
Here he goes.
I have an idea
What's your idea?
for the other
Here
character.
he goes.
A male knight with blonde flowing hair. Okay, it's got to be blonde. All right, just flowing.
We already have the other character. We already know.
Damn
what
it!
character-
Come on, work
You were
with me.
You were describing.
Yeah.
You know,
You're describing.
you know, the blonde
What's the
hair.
name? What's the name of the
Gotta
character?
be flowing with a toasted almond skin complexion.
Definitely not you.
I didn't say me. I did not say me.
'Cause you said
Congratulations,
blonde-
now
you said
nobody's
flowing-
watching.
Howard, come on,
You
man.
said blonde
Come
flowing
on,
hair.
man.
And we have no viewers on the stream.
Dude.
0.
You
Dude.
don't have
Plummeted to
blonde
Listen,
flowing hair.
Come on.
I didn't say I did. I just have ideas. That's
Come
all.
on.
Sure.
Come on.
Sure.
Guys. I apologize for these haters that are with me.
So let me ask you guys. So why Kickstarter as your choice? Because there's Indiegogo and stuff like that. What made you choose Kickstarter over anything?
People use Kickstarter. I always, from the outside looking in, it might be harder to pick up funding on one of those other campaign pages, like that people just don't have quite the same name brand recognition or don't think of it quite as seriously. After using Kickstarter, I don't really think that anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people who use Kickstarter, they have their mixed emotions about it. But I mean, it does seem like that's the way to go as far as name recognition and getting it out there. But I don't know how promoing goes forward and everything. I know it's a hard thing. It's very hard to do. But I mean, I don't know how it works if like indie creators can even leave? Like after Kickstarter, can you go to anywhere else? Or
Yeah, like what happens with the like if you don't reach your goal,
like does somebody swoop in and be like, I'll support it?
right?
No, I mean that's it. I mean, if the goal just doesn't get met, then that's pretty much just the end of it. Like period.
Yeah. Vernal Edge goes.
I mean, we'll definitely find other ways. I mean, that's talking about Kickstarter in general. If the goal doesn't get met, then there's no responsibility that anyone else has. Everyone just sort of gets their money back. I'm pretty sure, at least.
They don't even get charged.
Yeah, no, that's true. That with Kickstarter, that is true. That's not the case with Indiegogo.
There's no reason not to pledge.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. That's not the case with Indiegogo. Like if you run a campaign on Indiegogo,
Oh, what, you're gonna take it?
Yeah,
You take the money and run?
They keep the money. No, that's true. No, they do. There's nothing in place that really
There's so many board games that have done that.
Yeah. No, there is. You're right.
Don't worry, there's a Devil May Cry board game.
But that's true. That is a good point though. With Kickstarter, they like if it fails.
Well, it's more of a legit thing.
Yeah.
Like people should have more faith in using it. But I mean,
that's good though.
Like I mean, what determines how much you charge for the Kickstarter in general? Like I mean, a lot of math, obviously, and I'm not good at it.
Yeah. I mean, the main cost of the Kickstarter is food and water.
I got you.
Yeah.
So the bare minimum.
Living expenses is what's gonna go towards. But in terms of the individual tiers and stuff, it's all. I mean, most of it's just to get people incentivized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't strictly cost a specific amount of money to get a specific feature into the game. It's just we'll be able to work on the game for a little longer, right?
When you said tears, I thought you meant crying.
So,
for a split second. I know there's heart and tears and making
Probably
this
was.
game.
There probably were a few, but
The different tears.
yeah, tears,
Blood, sweat,
But I
and tears
know.
takes to make these
blood,
games,
sweat,
man.
and tears.
That's the true thing. You don't need money for these. You need blood, sweat, and tears.
Off the rails.
it's just to give us the opportunity. There's not like a machine that you insert money into and then a game comes out.
Right.
The money is just so we can continue to live while making the game.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we don't have to make this anymore like back in the day. Not really.
Yeah,
You can go
Yeah,
fully
right.
digital. You don't have to make a like 8,000 thing. And, that kills your money. And then you have a garage full of CDs.
right.
That
Yeah.
happens.
It happens.
It happens to the best of us.
How has like obviously this whole in the state that we're living in now, and the world right now is going through craziness. Has this affected you guys in the production of at all? Like obviously, if
I think it's affected the metrics a little bit. It would be. I mean, Kickstarter is it's very different each day for Kickstarter. You can't really guarantee like we're gonna get this much this day and this day because it wavers so much. That was something that was a little surprising to me when doing research. But every day is, some days will be good days, some days will be bad days. So unless we ran an identical Kickstarter in an alternate universe, we wouldn't really be able to tell exactly what effects everything has had because the data varies so much anyway.
Kotaku.
yeah. Kotaku.
That'd be a good day.
I mean, you play the hand you're dealt at any rate. It's like
The sad thing about Kickstarter is the time limit. So we're running close. So
Yes.
we do have a week, and we will rally, and this will happen.
Yeah. Listen,
I have a feeling you guys are gonna meet your target, man.
yeah.
I'll
Well,
put the link in
Awesome
the chat.
I mean, we're
Tell
supposed to
anybody-
either way. We're gonna
anybody
try.
watching this right now live, as we're speaking, play the demo.
RetroSoft Studios is here.
Yeah.
What's up, RetroSoft? What's good?
What's going
What's
on?
going on,
Play the
Retro?
demo.
What is
I encourage everybody out there, if you're curious about Vernal Edge,
Play the demo.
play the demo.
Definitely.
And if you think it's worthwhile, you can pledge anything, help them reach their goal.
Hell
'Cause
yeah.
I play the demo. We all here. We played the demo.
I
Very
enjoyed it
sharp.
thoroughly, and
And-
I want to play that eventually on my Nintendo Switch.
So we all.
You know,
We would
I'll-
love to
I'll-
see- I mean, we're gonna
We
get it to
want
every
it
platform.
there.
I'll be honest. When I was playing the demo, I was a little buzzed, and I was so impressed by it. I actually went on the eShop and started looking for it, and I'm like, "Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
I was like, yo, I was
my
like,
God.
yo, I'm like, this game's crazy. I was like, this is sharp. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me go on the eShop, and I was like, oh, Kickstarter. It's a Kickstarter. That's right. That's the Kickstarter. That's
Some,
crazy.
people,
Wow.
some people just don't
Wow.
listen at
Some
all.
people just don't listen.
They just don't
No.
listen at all.
I know it was a Kickstarter, but it was so
just hit
polished.
39,000.
It was so polished. I was just like, this demo's on the eShop. All right, let me try that. And I'm just like, Kickstarter still. Question for you guys though: how long did it take you to construct this demo?
About
God.
it was you started working on the project in a limited.
I started kind of part time August 2000.
Okay. August 2000.
And
That-
Alex joined what, July or June 2019.
June 2019. So I got on about a year
Uh-huh.
after. So basically, a year of sort of more casual development, and then it really picked up steam when I was like, all right, you have like the prototype, the tech demo looking pretty good, and I'm looking to, to get something started too. I was feeling really like antsy to just do something at that point, right? So we said, all right, let's go full force on this. And once we did, development sped up quite a bit. And then that was June 2019. So
Okay.
it's been about a year to get to where we are now.
Not bad. Very
Okay.
impressive.
Nice.
Very impressive. Yes.
That's good.
What got you?
So much of that, just iteration
Yeah.
Wow.
and drawing.
Who's the artist?
Matt.
Matt, you're the
So much of
artist.
Matt's the artist.
Good job, dude. That's some good shit.
Pixel art's not easy, man.
No,
No,
it's
Pixel-
not,
you know what?
it's not
I'm-
easy at all, man.
I'm actually I do the graphics for Level 857, but like pixel art, I'm still learning how to do it. But is there like there's several techniques I'm sure, but I got to pick your brain on how to draw. Like, what's your technique on pixel art?
Nah, he's gonna steal your game idea. Don't tell him.
No, man. I really do want to know your technique on pixel art. Like everybody has their own own way of doing
Not
it.
telling you the secrets, man.
But if you want to tell me on the side, that's fine. You don't want to tell me live, that's all good. It's all good.
So, a lot of people go into pixel art with experience in traditional art, and I have not very much of
Really?
that. My brain can't process outline.
Oh shit.
So I can't see the final image until it's done, and then I'll say, "Oh, that's so bad."
Okay.
So when it came to pixel art, I created a bunch of custom
Okay.
brushes, and the most used one is just a 2x2
Right.
square. And when I want to draw something, I'll just lay out the core colors, and I'll just sort of rub them in there and try to lay out the silhouette
Okay.
in colors. It's like, well, this character's going to have a red coat, so I want to just lay out the foundation where the red is, and then I want to, take maybe they've got black pants, so I'm going to start laying out those colors underneath, and I just want to form a shape, and I want that to be satisfying before I move in to start like actually shading it or filling in any of the little holes that I'll
Right.
leave.
Yeah, I've seen you do it. It's almost like a painting sort of technique
Okay.
where the broadest shapes are done first, and then
You fill in the lights.
there's details and shading filled in
Okay.
later.
That's dope.
That's
It
cool.
looks good. It looks really good.
That's cool because I was really impressed with the artwork, and I'm like, I went to art school, but I'm like, I tried to do comic book art, traditional artwork, and I'm looking at pixel art, and I've tried to do it. I can get by with but I can't. It's tough. It's like it's a tough
Maybe
way
try
to
polygon work.
It's tough, man. And no, it really is tough. Like to just to get yourself to think in that way.
Listen, in Mario Paint, man, that's where you got to get your skills
Yeah,
from.
yeah, right.
Start
No,
there.
it's a really like a limited way of artwork. Like it's a different way of thinking. It's tough,
You know how they
but
did,
it's cool. I always admire people that can do pixel art.
Hell yeah, man.
You know how they
Highly
did Batman? when they took the black background and they would
Yeah.
like erase parts of it to make his face. That's how you gotta think. You gotta think backwards sometimes to do some of the artwork the way.
Well,
it is.
everyone
No, it's
works
really cool.
different. When we had Jesus Lopez on here,
Yes.
his whole process of
Yeah.
doing art is different. Your
Yeah, no,
process,
he-
my process,
he
everyone's
was like,
process is
Who
different.
did
It's
the
crazy.
pixel art for your sprites? Or I'm like, I did, and he's like, wow, that's fucking awesome. But I look at his artwork and I'm like, wow, you.
He busts it out in seconds. Like,
Yeah.
all right, hold up, boom,
I'm
boom,
like-
boom, boom, boom.
It's just a talent, man. It's a
Yeah,
skill.
no, listen, artists admire other artists, man.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, man.
Hell
Good,
yeah.
good job on the sprite work.
I want to see some more of these bosses though.
They take a long time.
I could
yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Well, just show me how to do it, and then I'll help you. I'll do it for free. I'll just.
When production comes back up, we'll do art streams again.
What's that?
When production comes back up, we'll do our art streams again. We're just taking a break because we haven't been making the game.
Oh,
this
that's
month.
awesome. You guys do it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
So the trailer.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Come by. I love teaching.
Mm.
I
Free
can't get
lessons.
enough of just watching this
Free
trailer.
lessons.
Yeah.
No, trailer's dope.
Just the
Yeah.
downslide
Gameplay's-
is dope.
Playing a trailer for everybody out there
Nah,
who
it's-
doesn't know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
This
when
is
I
what the game
when I
is.
discovered when I actually was on Twitter and I don't even know who posted it, but
Hmm.
they posted Vernal Edge and I'm like, and I'm a pixel art guy.
Yeah.
I love pixel art, so
Once
I'm
you
like,
see that combo. Though.
yeah. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, what's this game? Because no one tells me a damn thing. I always have to just find shit, and I found it. I said, oh, this is dope. This looks really cool. I want to mess with this. And then I let you guys know about it. And that's when I contacted you guys about it. And I'm like, I need to see some more. I want to talk to you guys about it. And then you were like, oh, I got this demo. I'm like, you got a demo?
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Hold on, you got a demo?
Yeah, I was like, oh,
let, me,
shit.
let me get that demo
There's a
real quick.
demo?
You know, like, let me get that real quick.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Because I've been on my Metroidvania kick lately. And I've been enjoying them, man.
I saw y'all adding moves on Twitter. And I was like, damn it. I want to do that.
The combat is serious.
No,
in
it's
the
good,
game.
man.
Combat is serious.
You
I
guys
saw
did
it.
a good job with the combat.
I saw dash slicing. I'm like, man.
I'm telling you, once you add the dash, it changes everything, man.
Yeah, Mega Man X, man. Mega Man X was the slide king. That was the dash thing.
So do you guys have any like formal programming? Or I guess Alex, you're the main programmer.
They're cool. They
They
both
kind
are.
of
you
both
guys
do,
are-
yeah, they kind
You
of
guys are
both.
both doing it.
That's what you doing.
Any
assets.
like formal learning on that? School that?
Very little.
Okay.
Like neither of us are really programmers by trade,
Okay.
but we learned
How to
what
make
we
a video
could to
game.
make the game. Yeah.
What was that?
Fascinating.
I mean, so many projects kind of fall
Right.
apart because you work with people from so many disciplines and you kind of
Mhm.
need them. So we'd have a lot of cases where we'd work with a bunch of programmers and they get bored or life would get in the way.
Gotcha.
And eventually, when this project started, it was like, okay, I'll program it myself. I'll learn how to do it. And then Alex joined after having a little bit more experience with it than me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Still, neither of us. I mean, it's very secondary for both of us. It's not one of our main skills, but it's one of those things where sometimes you just got to learn how to do something to get it done.
Yeah.
Oh, we know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
truth.
Running a podcast.
Yeah,
is,
run a podcast, a channel.
Yeah.
It's you know.
You went into a roadblock, and it's
Yeah.
no one but you to learn it. So it's
Yeah.
like it's
We do troubleshooting 101.
Yeah, yeah. You guys got to get front seat to see that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I just want to see talent like this be rewarded, and
absolutely.
I'm
Definitely.
definitely approving this, and I recommend it to everyone to try the demo today.
Definitely.
Hell
man.
yeah.
If
And
you're
then try,
watching
and then
this
try
right
the
now.
game when it's done, because you just
Yeah.
gotta go to the Kickstarter and buy the game.
It's definitely on par or exceeds the quality of previous Kickstarter projects that have been funded and are successful. So there's
Absolutely.
no
Yeah.
reason why this shouldn't follow in those footsteps.
You can get your name in the credits.
Yeah, man.
I want my name in the credits.
And
I want to be a boss.
I hope this is like. I hope you guys are like the front and center, like the poster boys of like, for other Kickstarters to take precedent into this, like having a demo available for people to try out.
It's important.
in the game
It's important.
Absolutely.
instead of just a
Yeah.
trailer, because that's not gonna say
Especially
anything.
since the main thing of the game that makes it stand out is the gameplay
Yes.
of the game.
Yeah.
Fun.
You know?
It's
Like
tough.
that-
It's easy to say, "Oh, this is what we're gonna
Oh,
give
it
you.
looks
This
good. This,
is
and
what
that.
we're
But
gonna
no,
give you,"
how
but
it plays.
It's a game. It's not a movie. It's not a,
Whooping someone's ass
Yeah.
in different ways
Right.
is very important in video games. It's very important. I'm
Well,
telling you, it's
not-
very important.
It's not like a trailer for a movie where it's
No,
like this.
no.
You're getting a snippet. Oh, this is might be no.
You
It's
mean
When I
where they
jumped
show
up-
you the ending in the first 5 minutes? Like, come on, man.
Listen, when I jumped up, swatted that dude off, he hit the edge of the bridge, popped down and fell. I was like,
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
was like,
hilarious.
oh, that was
Yes.
great.
Yeah, the
That
different
was
ways to
great.
kill somebody is always makes me. I swear, I sound like a psycho when I say that. Different ways to
Different
kill
ways to
somebody.
kill people.
Different ways. Like I gotta change my
You just say
phrasing.
a different way to kill an enemy in a video game.
Eliminate enemies or
sound like
something.
a
Like,
psycho.
yeah, I
no,
sound like a psycho.
Somebody will edit that out anyway.
Yeah,
and just
get a voiceover or something. But like, yeah, different ways to. It's like Double Dragon 2, right? You're like kneeing somebody into the water or kneeing them off
Yeah.
a cliff. Like things like
so
that are
fun.
very important
It
in
must
video
feel,
games.
It must feel good to see like someone play something that you made and get that feeling from it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
There's nothing better than seeing someone get it.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. When you were watching people and they say like, "Oh, I like this element because of this," and that was exactly what we wanted. We made that element
Wow.
specifically to give them that feeling. It's
Mhm.
like, it's very validating. It's like, yeah, we've been feeling like that for however long, and we release it onto people, and they're like, "Oh, this actually works the way they that we wanted it to," and then we're just like, "Yeah, I know," right?
That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted.
It's why
That's how we
Street Fighter.
designed
It's why Streets of Rage 4 is as good as it is.
Exactly.
yeah.
Because you juggle the hell out of people and you do what you really want to do, and it doesn't stop you. So
Yeah.
if you can see it in your head and you pull it off, and there's nothing that stopped you from doing it, like, oh, I punched through him, that sucked. But no, you actually pull it off the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
You just get that feeling,
No, it's so important.
and then it goes with the music, and then you're like,
Yep.
all right.
Once it goes with the music, it's done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Once it goes with the music.
Visuals, music.
Yep.
Those
That's
two
it.
together,
Yeah.
they that's it.
Hell yeah.
That's how you draw them in. And then
it special.
gameplay, it just keeps them in.
Hell yeah.
So anything else you guys need to ask?
I
that's
got a question. What was the game that got you into making games?
The game in the game.
That was Cave Story.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we both have the same answer. Cave Story was the first time where, we saw it and we heard about it, and we were like, one guy you could just make a game.
Is that possible?
That was one of the first big indie ones.
You could just make a game, but not just a game, right? A game that was like that had its own unique flavor and was like a really fun, just like self-encapsulated adventure to go. It wasn't like a prototype or a tech demo or like an arcade thing. It was like a whole ass adventure, and that was so inspiring. You could just do that.
It reminded me of a Mega Man Vania.
Obviously, it was way harder to do than we thought at the time. But it was it definitely captured both of our imaginations, and that was the
Cave
point
Story.
where we both said,
Wow.
It proved it. It was the
"We could just-
concept. It was the concept that said, "Hey, you can
we
do
just
it."
that." Yeah.
That's the beauty of games, man. It's always something that just gets that fire going, and then it's like, oh, I want to do this.
Yo, in Mega Man Powered Up, when you can create your own stage, I made this part and Kev got stuck on it, and I laughed my ass off because he fell for my trap. That was what programming is. And I was
Because
like,
you know he's gonna fall for it.
Yep.
I know the shit I'm an impatient gamer, so that's why I died at the boss in the demo a lot of times because I'm impatient.
that was my brief moment
Yeah,
of being a programmer when I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what it's like. You have the power in your hand.
Oh, actually, I want to. You know the question I'm about to ask. It's the
You
question
ask
I always
everybody.
ask.
Oh gosh, what,
ask
an
everybody.
island?
Both individually, gentlemen.
And I.
What is your favorite game all time?
All time.
Dude,
They're gonna say Cave Story.
All right, I'm going. All right,
And Matt's like, hold on.
No, I'm not. I'm just letting you go first.
All right. My favorite game is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final
Ooh,
Mix.
okay.
Which originally only came out in Japan,
Yeah.
but was released with the HD ports. I played that game when I was very young, and then way later, I was like, I should play it again. That was fun. And I found it was like the combat was like way more fun than I remember. There was like so much variety, and I just loved, it's like, again, it's just like an adventure. You go on this big world spanning adventure, and you're doing combos and stuff, and powering up, and you get this big bombastic finale. And I just love experiences that are just nice contained adventures like that. And it really, when I replayed it, I was like, man, this is my favorite game.
That's
I just love
awesome.
playing it so much.
And then you get into a cheap SNK boss that kills you like 57 times with no way in hell to beat
right.
him.
That's SNK bosses.
That's an SNK boss.
Damn, that
for
sounded
you.
like some bitter shit you've been thinking
Yeah,
about for
yeah.
a minute right now.
Every SNK fighter,
You having a
Dude,
moment?
SNK is probably one of the worst
except for maybe Samurai Showdown.
worst bosses ever.
Yes.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Toughest bosses.
What about you, Matt? What's your favorite?
My favorite game is still Metroid Prime 2.
Oh,
The second one.
Just, so I love getting immersed in the game. I love just getting like, not like, oh, I'm really here, but just like stuck in there thinking like, okay, I'm going to go from here to here. I got like 50 light ammo and no dark ammo, so I got to figure out how I'm going to get some more while I progress through here. Oh God, this place is draining my health constantly. I gotta
That's how it is.
yeah, that sounds about right.
like the mood and the atmosphere in that game, it's kind of dreary, but I'm also kind of like dreary. And you go from these sort of like kind of washed out environments to these funky, dark world places where you're in constant danger and the world sucking away at you all the time. And then you have these resource management components, and the fact that the game's just hard, and it's just so easy to put all of my brain into that game and like go to a new visual thing every time you open up a map. Open up a door, and you're not looking at like, oh, we used the steel hallway tile set to make a slightly different shape this time. Every place is visually unique, different,
Oh yeah.
and there's this whole unique soundscape to the game. It's just so
He wants to play it right now.
Yeah, right.
actually.
You want to play it right now?
That's what it comes,
Bring it out.
That's what it comes down to, right? Your
That's
favorite
why,
game.
That's why in Vernal Edge,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
environments are different. Where you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only one person. I can't like.
No, you
draw
definitely-
every pixel of the game.
it-
I want to make sure every room you're in, even if there's similar assets, feels like it's a
It
different
definitely
room.
shows in the game.
Feels like something going
No,
on.
that's exactly why I asked you the question, because just noticing how you both were describing your favorite game, that passion you were showing while you were talking about it, it's evident that it's in the game that you guys are making.
Definitely shows.
It just definitely shows in
It
the game,
shows.
and that's good, awesome to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, visually, like you were saying, like every part of the stage, like it's different, and you can visually see it, even though it's like slightly similar.
yeah.
But it's
You see it's
a
there.
little different. Like with the water part in the demo, it's like with the where it was got a little bit darker, or whatever, and you can see like yourself, and it's very exactly what you were just saying, man. It's awesome how passion can really influence like a creative.
It manifests from
Yeah,
a game that you love, and it pops into a game that you're making.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's-
disappointed you guys didn't say Bayou Billy.
Bayou, get the fuck out of here with Bayou Billy. I don't even want to hear that game. Fuck, hey, talk about that
Bayou
game.
Billy?
How dare you?
dude.
It's one of Konami's worst games.
That's one of the worst games I
dude,
ever played.
That was the
It's a
one
joke. It
worst
was a joke. It was a joke.
Damn right, it's a joke.
Wow.
I'm sure
No, but-
someone out there loves Bayou Billy.
There's another Metroidvania game that I thought of also. It has like completely different from Vernal Edge, but Guacamelee. That's it's a Metroidvania, but it does have charm in that
Yeah, it's
every part
Guacamelee.
of the stage is like it's different.
Well, it has
Like when
emphasis
you-
on combat also.
Huh?
It has emphasis on combat also.
Yes. Very, very
Combat's
much so.
so important.
Very,
They did-
very much so.
They did multiplayer.
Oh, that's true. Oh shit! Damn, I didn't even realize it. Yes, they did do multiplayer.
Stretch goal multiplayer.
So if, yeah. So
Or
if you
sequel.
If you guys have a chance, yeah. If you haven't played it, I recommend definitely playing it so you can see, a Metroidvania game that has multiplayer and combat heavily,
And
because I did think about that while playing. Vernal
bonus,
Edge.
if you guys make it multiplayer, you can get it on the Amico.
Definitely, yes.
The
On
Intellivision
Intellivision
Amico.
Amico.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's gotta be
Wink.
multiplayer. You can
Wink.
put it on there.
Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah.
Wink,
Forgot
wink.
about that.
Yep. Yeah, we can.
Can't wait to watch co-op speedrun.
Yes.
I can only imagine. Unless you did it, if you did a split screen, I could see it.
Shredding through
Split
everything.
screen will work perfect.
Or multi-screen.
You know, it reminded me also a
Dragon.
little bit of Aegis Defenders a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't play like it reminded me of it because Aegis Defenders did that split screen where you know, it would be in half, but it would kind of work with where you guys are.
Well, what about Salt and Sanctuary? You know, that didn't
Soul
have
Sanctuary worked well.
Yeah, it didn't have a split
Yeah,
screen.
that works well too.
But you don't have a lot of platforms. If you're jumping around, you leave the other guy and you're done. That's what sucks about
Aegis
it.
Defenders is one thing enough.
Yeah.
That probably is the
You got to
best.
be able to split the screen.
Yeah, you got to split it
Or you
somehow.
split the screen.
Like a nice, comfortable split, but you know.
Or you can turn to a ghost and pop back in like a Mario.
But I
With the
thi-
bubble.
I think more important than the multiplayer would be the blonde-haired character. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nobody's watching your shimmy.
Come on, man.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I'm joking.
And with that said,
Yeah.
let's hear what you got. Did you guys have anything to say to fans of the game and people you want to get the word out to?
Yeah. Anybody who hasn't played it.
I mean, anything helps. Every dollar and every share. I mean, just we're in that final push, and if you care in the slightest, I mean, try it. You know, just share it to a couple people, and you know, if you want to pledge, absolutely do. But even if you can't, sharing it is the other biggest thing you can do.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So if you're at all interested, I promise you it's good. I know that doesn't mean much coming from me, but we promise it's good. All right.
Try it.
We co-sign that.
Try it before you buy it.
If you're like,
That
think, oh, I'm not that good at like games where you juggle enemies or at beat 'em ups or whatnot, or I can't even play fighting games. I promise we made it so all the inputs are really easy to do.
Yeah,
we
there's
made
no.
it really easy to like pick it up and get a feel
Yeah.
for it. It's not very strict. You're really allowed to play at your own pace and figure things out at the speed you want to figure things out at. Until you reach the boss, then you have to know how to dodge. But
Yeah, you do.
but that's like 30 or 40 minutes in, so you'll be okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it teaches you basically, hey, you're gonna have to learn how to play this game. You're gonna have to learn the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
And once you do, it's very rewarding. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very, very
You parry.
rewarding.
Once you're parrying and
Listen, I don't.
silly stuff.
Listen,
you forgot all
your
about
joystick was greasy. I don't know what the hell, dude.
You forgot all about parry.
was
There
my-
was grease all over the joystick.
He was like, how do I catch everything this man throws at me?
I'm an impatient gamer. Okay, I'm very impatient.
I didn't say you can catch it with
But
your
I
face.
whooped his ass at that, and I whooped his ass.
Because after 10 times, he's like, all right, fine.
All right.
Fine.
The game is very pick up and play though. It's very
It's very-
easy to pick up and to start doing stuff. So that's one thing I appreciate. Even with a keyboard, I was playing the keyboard and I was like, oh, it goes slash. I'm jumping. I'm doing this. I'm holding down the button. I'm doing this like multi-fire move. I'm like shooting these pellets. Was it out of a sword? I didn't even really get what that was. You know, I'm using the sword and stuff like that, but it looks like she's shooting. I'm
So
like,
it
whoa.
turned into like a magic gun. basically.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like a gun. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
this is crazy. You know, so I was
Well, yeah,
like,
you have the magic, and then you have the
can
other
throw
button
the
where you
sword.
throw the sword
Right.
and do
love
different
that.
moves after
Yeah.
you throw the
I
sword.
love that
While
move.
it's going.
That's ridiculous.
I held
And then
the
it comes
button
back.
Track the enemy down after you throw the sword in them. Just
You
track
do
them
that
down.
roll.
Yep.
I do that roll.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you get that
Yeah,
massive
So
combo.
dope.
I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
You
That's
stay in
dope.
one place, you hold on the button, she does a kick. You move forward, she does a slash, where you're doing the same thing.
I
It's
do-
like, it's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Only thing I do recommend is if anybody has like an underpowered system, man, don't even try it, man.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
If
even
you got
try
if you got a computer from like 1995,
Don't do it.
Don't try it.
Don't
on.
even
Don't
try
try
it. Maybe this is not for you.
The game be perfect on the
but-
Switch.
If you're getting
Funded.
100,
It's so you don't put it on a
we
that?
tried.
No.
There'll be
It has
more
nothing to do with
outside.
you guys, man. It's my system.
No,
so
people got to upgrade their shit.
Yeah. No. Just like, all right, that's not meant for gaming.
You
That's not
you
meant for
watching
gaming.
this right now, throwing $20. Everybody's throwing $20. Get this on the Switch.
That's true.
You know, it's
Yeah,
going to
man.
enrich the
No,
Switch
for
library.
real.
Listen, I wanted that boss. I wanted to make that boss. that tier is gone. Now I'm broke. I can't use my whole check.
Damn.
I can't use my whole COVID check.
I'm throwing up.
Wow.
They're at 39,000 right
I am
now.
throwing
No, they're
in.
building.
No, hell yeah.
Yeah.
39,109.
Still, I think.
Just jumped up.
The COVID check is
Look,
real,
man.
man.
Bloodstain came out for the Switch. It wasn't 60 frames. You guys achieved 60 frames. It deserves to be funded.
Bloodstain
It
is
needs
great.
to happen. Bloodstain is great,
Bloodstain
but
is
for the
great.
Switch, it's not 60 frames.
It is now.
No, that port was really bad. That came out really
They fixed
bad.
it.
I think they did a good job, like immediately saying
They
we're gonna
fixed it.
fix
They
this.
came-
It
It was
came out
originally
really-
for the PS Vita,
Yeah.
and that's the reason why
And
they
then the Vita
when
disappeared.
when the Kickstarter first happened, it was for the Vita,
Oh yeah.
and they released the game, and it was still ported for the Vita. So then they released it for the Switch.
No, it was supposed to be
Which was
PS4
the-
and Vita, which was the one I was supposed to get.
Exactly, but the Vita version was the one that was ported, so that's why there was a lot of
Glitches and
issues.
stuff.
Yeah.
But the updates,
They did-
it's
they
better
did
on the
update it.
Switch. It's just not 60 frames.
Oh
You
my
guys-
God, with the 60 frames.
No, it's important.
All right, okay.
Retrosoft
okay.
Studios.
They already hit it.
Yo,
They
Retrosoft,
hit it.
Retrosoft Studios just said that I should be an exclusive boss for the Xbox version.
Yo, Retrosoft. Shout out to
is
Retro.
good.
They know me so well.
All right.
I gotta talk to Retrosoft.
Yeah,
about,
how are those
about,
updates going?
Yeah,
man?
how about
are
us being in the game? What's good, Retrosoft?
How are those
Yo, what's
updates?
up?
We're watching you, man.
Yeah.
We're watching.
Nah, man.
Now we all collectively played the demo. We enjoyed the demo. That's right up our alley. We're old school gamers. We like the way it plays. We like the music. We like the combat. We want to see this game get made. And that's being true, honest to heart. We want to see this game get made. And anybody who's watching, whether if you can't afford it, spread the word, man.
You could do
Spread
5,
the word.
you could do 10.
You could do $2 if you can't
Retweet.
afford it.
$2,
Put
whatever.
20.
Retweet. Social media is very powerful, man.
Yeah, man.
Show some love because these
Yeah.
guys are putting their passion, their heart into the game, and
believe
we
in
need something like this out there, And then it's
Only 2 of them. They don't have a team, all right?
yeah, man.
Yeah, two people make this is crazy. Just the fact that
That
two
is
people
crazy.
was able to make this is
That's
insane.
If you give me a
That
year
was
to
crazy.
make a game, I'll give you nothing. I can't make a game. I can't give you a damn thing.
Not even 10
I
seconds.
am useless.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
I can give you maybe some music that won't work for the finished product.
There's 5 of us. Listen, there's 5 of us. If you combine that, we'll probably get you a game like JJ and Jeff for TurboGrafx 16. We'll probably
get
make
you
something.
some.
We'll probably make something
The
like
5 of
that.
us, we get you something that's unplayable. Like something.
We'll get you Alf on.
We'll get you.
on the
Alf for the Sega Master System is
Yeah, we'll get you
terrible.
Alf.
We can get you Transformers for Nintendo.
Oh no, don't say that.
Japanese only. We can do that.
Oh my god.
You like
Don't get me. Listen. I could oversee making a game, but I can't make a game. I can give some input. That's
I can
all.
give you
I
a
can do.
thumbs up.
Yeah, that's good. We figured out, Eric. That's good.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thumbs
That
up.
works.
Yeah.
That works.
That doesn't work.
No, but you hit the you hit the nail on the head though, man. That we all played the demo. It's an awesome game.
Absolutely.
We want to see more of it. We want to see it being made.
I want to buy it. Actually.
Everybody
That's
out
just
there
the demo.
should-
That's not even the final game.
We're not telling anybody what to do, but the only thing I can say is just play the demo and make your decision from there.
Show some
That's it.
love. Just show some love. man.
Just play the demo. That's it. Just play it.
And then you guys
Not
are gonna have a
saying
lot
anything
of work to do.
The demo is meaty, but the vegetarians could play the game too.
Oh no
It's
no
all
no!
right.
We gotta cut. No
it's
no
all
no
right.
no
God.
no! We gotta
So-
cut him off.
right.
We're done with him.
Get to that Kickstarter.
I'll post the link again, guys.
Support Vernal Edge, and that's all I got to say.
Yeah. No, that's it, man.
Now get on that, man. We want to see it on the eShop.
Yep.
Yeah,
We want
need
to see it on
that.
the eShop. We want to see it everywhere. We want to see this game being completed.
We want to see it made.
Imagine that playing that on the
We
console
wanna
and
see
on the
them-
go.
I want to see that shadow drop on the Switch.
Yeah, Shadow Drop.
I'll say when you guys make your
I
goal.
want to be out in public and just hear someone talking about my game. That doesn't.
That's all. That's all that matters.
That's it. You go grocery shopping. You're like, Vernal Edge.
It'll be
That's
the
even
girl cosplaying the main character.
Yeah.
You know
there you
what?
go.
You know
You
what?
tap her on the back like,
twice as many points if they hate
Yeah.
it.
We've already got
Twice as
some
many points.
sequels in there.
Tap her on the back and say, who you trying to be right now?
She'd be like, I'm Vernal.
Yeah. No. Oh shit.
Teddy about that game. That's how big it is.
And she would have long, flowing blonde hair.
She didn't have blonde hair in this trailer.
Tan,
She has got
olive-
blonde hair. I
olive
have
tail
blonde hair.
skin.
She did
Come
not
on.
have blonde hair. It's blonde.
on.
I'm trying to tell the character that she would be playing
Oh my
as.
God. Oh my
she
God.
would be playing as this character you
She.
were.
Oh, don't even start.
You have to
You
choose your
just
gender.
completely ruined
You
it,
gotta
dude.
choose
You
your
said you
gender.
weren't talking about you. You said you weren't talking about you.
I wanted her to play me. Man, listen.
Wow. Off the rails.
Anyway.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
So we'd like to thank y'all for being on here.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Hell
much
yeah,
for
man.
joining
Thank
us.
you so much for your time, guys. We appreciate you.
We will do the
Absolutely.
best we can to spread the word and make sure this gets done.
Yes.
Very much appreciate
Absolutely.
We'll be doing the
Hell
same.
yes.
Alrighty.
it. Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you for coming through, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Until next time, guys.
Later.